That is lovely, isn't it? Is that wow or what? Great gable, my goodness. Like the townlet of dreams, isn't it? Oh, God. Look at that. Check this out. It's terrifying. That never, ever gets boring or dull. Look at that. Kill me now, honestly. Good morning, welcome back, and welcome to the last episode in this season. So, I've saved the biggest to last, Scafell Pike, England's highest mountain. However, this is no ordinary route to Scafell Pike. This is the best, in my opinion. Let's go and have a look at the map and see why. So, from Seathwaite Farm, we're going to make our way up to Taylorgill Force, one of the most beautiful waterfalls in the lakes. From there, we're going to handrail Styhead Gill all the way up to Styhead Tarn, and then Styhead. After that, we're going to jump onto the corridor route, and we're going to tackle the bad step here, and then get up to the incredible Piers Gill. From there, it's a pretty short walk over to the first Wainwright of the day, Lingmel. Then back down to Lingmel Col, and then up to the second and highest Wainwright, Scafell Pike. After that, it's a bit of a soul-destroying drop down and then back up towards Broad Crag, and then a trudge over towards the final Wainwright of the day, Great End. Then we're going to head back down to Esk Hawes, pick up Ruddy Gill, down to Grains Gill, back into the valley, and eventually back to the van. So there you have it, not bad, eh? And if you've been following the channel right from the beginning, you'll recognise that I've already done a video on this exact route. Sort of, there's a little bit more to this one. It just doesn't feel right to not include this route in the whole package of hiking the Wainwrights. It's such a wonderful route, it has to be in here, so yeah, I'm doing it all again. And hopefully I'll improve this time, you never know. This was not forecast, it was forecast sunshine and 90% cloud-free summits. Clagged in and overcast. It'll probably change, I'm sure it'll change as the day goes on, and we might get some nice light, might get some good photographic opportunities, who knows. Anyway, let's push on, let's get to that first feature of the day, Taylorgill Force. It is stunning. Let's go. Oh, there's no chance of me getting in here. Hang on a minute. Okay, this actually happened on that first video. I got wedged for about 5 minutes. That was a bigger bag. Let's pass you around here. There you go. Did it? So, just to help you get your bearings if you're not familiar with where we are here, like I said, that's Seathwaite. Different Seathwaite. So last week I was in Seathwaite, but that was in Dudden. This one's now in Borrowdale, and up there is Bessie Boot, episode 1, and up there somewhere is Glaramara, episode 2. So I came down on the Glaramara walk to the side there, look, and straight ahead of us, this big lump here, the biggest lump we can see, that is the front side of, like the nose of Seathwaite Fell. It's never easy doing these with one hand, especially when they're slightly slopey. So I might as well warn you now if you are going to do this route. And I think you should, but you know, fair warning. This first section leading up to Taylorgill Force is a bit rubbish. It's not really much of a path. It's more of a jumble of rocks and bogs. It's a little bit soul destroying, to be honest with you, because I'm just slip sliding all over the place. But it's not long. Almost at the point now where I kind of go around the bend and we'll get our first glimpse of the waterfall. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, it's a shame that it's not sunny here at the moment, because we've got all these lovely larch trees here as we get around the corner. And, you know, I've seen them from up there lit up on various walks and they look beautiful. You know, by the time I've sweated and heaved my way up there, they might be lit up. So you might just be able to make out Stockley Bridge there. We'll be crossing that at the end of the day. We're almost back down. And you can actually maybe see a thread of a path going up there. That's the other way, on the other side of Styhead Gill, up to where we're going. But it's definitely not as nice as this side. In fact, I came down there on the Glaramara episode. First glimpse of the waterfall. We'll be going right alongside it in a minute, so we'll get a proper eyeful. I just glanced back a minute ago. I mean, it's out of sight now because I've come around this little mound here, but there was sunlight in the valley, actually where the vein is, you know, by the campsite. So it's creeping in. In fact, it feels like it's getting lighter here. So I'm hopeful for today. Ooh. I'm very hopeful that it's going to be an amazing day weather-wise. Right, cap flips backwards because I'm keeping an eye on this light. And the camera might be deployed any second, so I need to be able to get that shot. This is a cute little sheepfold, isn't it? I almost call it a feepshold. Yeah, you know, as soon as I flip the cap back, the light's gone. So once again, it looks absolutely piddly in this camera. Tiny little thing, but when you're here with your actual eyes, it's very impressive. And, you know, looking down into the gill itself. And that last video, I think I said it reminded me of Switzerland, and it still does. This place is up round Lauterbrunnen, up round, is it Murren? You can do a walk up there, get away from the beaten path, and there's lovely waterfalls like this. So there's a little bit of a mini scramble here. I'll try and film as much of it as possible. It's kind of difficult when I've only got one hand, you know. But I'll try and do it, and I'll catch you again at the gate there. Can you see the gate? We'll get there and look back. It's quite nice looking back down this way. Let's go. Nice, isn't it? Little foxgloves here and there, bracken, this beautiful rock, the sound of the water. It's quite special. So we get a much better view of it here from the gate, much clearer, less obscured. So there's that little mini scramble there, very easy, and then you've got this bit here which looks really sketchy, but it's not at all. I would just be mindful if you've got dogs or a dog, just be careful. I'll try and film it again. It's, as always, it's difficult with one hand, but I'll just stop moaning and just get on with it. Let's go. Okay, change of plan. I'm going to stick you in my mouth, and then I've got both hands free. I'll explain at the top what I mean by that. As you can see, that was like a little bit of a scramble. Like I said, nothing too sketchy or anything, but you definitely need to put your hands on rock. That's why I had to put you in my mouth. We're kind of side on with Telial Force now. So this is a little contraption that I use. So it's basically like a snorkel mouthpiece. So I've brought that really for this section, and also on the corridor route. There's like a little bit of a down climb there that, you know, again, I want to get both hands on rock if I can. Anyway, hope you're enjoying it. If you are, you know what to do. Let's have a quick look over here before I put my bag back on. That is lovely, isn't it? Right, let's get the bag back on, marvel at that for a few more minutes and this, and then we'll crack on. Fallen hero here, look, the silver birch, kind of clinging on by a single root, I think. That's nice. It's ash, beautiful. I like the way it's moving in the wind. Reached the top of the falls now, and like I said, we don't really get a very clear view. I mean, they fenced it off as well, so you can't get any closer, which is a shame, but understandable. You can kind of see it cascading off there. It's lovely, isn't it? Oops. So we pretty much follow Stye Head Gill all the way up to Stye Head Tarn now, and once again, from the other path on the other side, you can't see this. So like the waterfall, you're completely oblivious to it. You just don't see it. And it's flipping beautiful. And there's a section a bit further up where it looks like you can just imagine getting yourself a little rubber ring and sliding down it. That's lovely. Surprised I'm not seeing some kind of semi-clad woman there with the bum hanging out, you know, Instagram. Nice rowans here. Lovely. So got all the sort of whitish yellow berries at the moment. They'll all turn red soon, well, in a few months for the birdies. So I wonder how many of you guys are watching this right now thinking, flipping heck, get to Scafell Pike. I'm not interested in any of this guff. Just get up there. I'm only here for Scafell Pike. It's a process. It takes a while. And, you know, if you bomb it to Scafell Pike, you miss so much stuff. I don't even know why I'm saying this, because if you are one of those people just fast forwarding to the summit, you would have fast forwarded right past this bit. So, anywho, we're now getting up to that bit with the rapids where you can imagine a little rubber ring. Have a look at this. There you go. It's amazing, isn't it? And it's quite long. It goes on a bit further up. But, I mean, it looks almost man-made, like a man-made weir or something. Okay. Finally it starts to level off, and finally we get our first glimpse, look, of Lingmill. What a treat. And dare I say it, there's a bit of sunlight in the valley down there now, so oh, now I'm getting excited. Look. There's light there. Get your bearings. This is up towards Green Gable, and behind it is Great Gable. You can kind of see a little bit of cloudage there, look. That's just below the summit of Great Gable. Hey look, actually got sunlight on the body and there's sunlight on the front of Lingmel. Flipping out, got my camera, wrong lens, can't reach it, damn it. Oh, FML. Anyway, let's keep pushing on along here and in a minute we'll get our first glimpse of Great End and also Scafell Pike, so let's go. Okay, there's the summit of Scafell Pike. It is sort of clearish, so that is looking very hopeful indeed, but you never know, we've got hours yet until we get there. Well, that was a nice little treat, wasn't it? That little patch of light whizzing across the top of Piersgill. Lovely. I tell you what, I think it is going to be one of those days. I think we're going to get the conditions. Love it. Look at the light. Bit too much blue sky now though, look. Oh yes, that's looking lovely. And we can see the path going right up to the stretcher box now. So in a minute we'll hook up with the path that comes on the other side there, the little footbridge just about there. And then the path gets much better than this. This is pretty rubbish, to be honest with you. It's just like a whole bunch of boulders and, like I said before, lots of squelchy bits in between. Okay, there's a little footbridge I told you about. That's the path that goes down to the side of the gill. I'm going to say the boring side, and it is the boring side really, compared to this. Okay, now on a bit of a path. So what we've got here, we've got Lingmel in the cloud there, we've got Scafell Pike, I hope that lifts. Then we've got Broad Crag, and then Great End here. And Styhead Tarn is just over this bit here. We'll see it in about 3 minutes. Okay, just for reference, this is what it looks like with your eyes. Actually no, it looks a bit more like that. A bit more, in fact. There, about there. It's just a huge place. Let's have a look up to Great End. Oh, a little bit clagged in. Hey, Hurdy. Here's an interesting little fact for you. Nothing to do with the Lake District, but everything to do with this channel. It was right here when I first ever said, hey, Hurdy. It was right here. It might have even been that sheep. You never know. It just came out of the blue. Look at the light. I need to stop talking. Okie dokie, Styhead Tarn, isn't it lovely? And this light is just making it even more spectacular. And it's so fast and so fleeting, look, it's going already, that it's a very difficult situation to get photographs. Tried to get some Hurdy shots a minute ago, and it just kept changing. If they're any good, I'll put one of them on the screen. If not, then you won't see it. Look at Great End. God. That is actually, Great End is, for a lot of people, the final fell that they do in all of the Wainwrights. So they'll bag a ball and then they'll finish on Great End, which is a really good idea because it is the great end of their mission. But I can't do that because I'm obviously working my way through the books. For me, it's book 4, season 4, the end of. I'm actually going to be running a competition in a few weeks' time, and it's to win a photograph of Great End that I took a couple of years ago. It's a limited edition, ultra limited edition, one of one. It's literally one of a kind. I'm only going to print it once and that's it, never again. It's getting framed as we speak. So signed, numbered, framed, certificate of authenticity as well. And yes, so if you want to win that, keep an eye out on Instagram and on here as well, because I'll be kind of announcing it and putting links everywhere. And it's just a raffle basically. You buy a couple of tickets and then you get a chance to win it. And perfect if you finish your Wainwrights on great end. So anyway, we're almost at the stretcher box. That's the point where we'll switch off and head up towards the corridor route, which is kind of over that way there. We skirt along the bottom of Great End. Excuse the waffleage. Very excited. Let's get to stretcher box. There's a stretcher box, and obviously if you keep on going down that way you'll end up in Borrowdale, and there's a path up towards Great Gable there as well. Look at the light behind, my goodness. Tired time. Lovely. That's where the path is taking us, kind of across and up, and then along, and wow, look at the light, up to the top of Pearsgill, and we'll peer down into Pearsgill later on. So, this is the point here. So if you're starting to go up and around the crag here towards Sprinkling Tarn, you've gone too far. Okay, here we are at the beginning of the corridor route, arguably the best path in the Lake District. I think I can say that with some level of confidence because it is absolutely breathtaking. So I'm going to try and capture as much of it as possible. Unfortunately, sorry, it's spinning around. Look at that flipping light. Great Gable, Green Gable. Anyway, unfortunately, everything's going to look a lot smaller in this camera. It seems to make things look a little bit underwhelming, shall we say. But if you do come here and you want to go and do this route, when you see it, when you clap eyes on this place yourself, you'll be kind of blown away a little bit. Anyway, let's begin. There's the gatekeepers. So you can kind of see it threading this bottom section here, past the gill, and then it starts to go up, up, up. There we go. So Barrow goes up to Red Pike, and this one here is Kirkfell. Can't quite see Pillar just yet. Hellfire, that's looking nice, isn't it? Look at Great Gable. Oh, that is looking superb. Might have to get a quick cheeky shot of that. Okay, I think I might have got some nice shots of Lingmel then. If I did, I'll put them on the screen now. It's just lovely, this little... Again, it's going to happen again now, look, a little patch of light just illuminated Pearsgill here, aka the Crack of Doom. Here we go, it's going to light up again. The question is, do I show you on here or do I take a photograph? Wow. Is that wow or what? Look at it behind. Honestly, this is ridiculous now. I'm not making any progress. I'm too busy just gawping at that. Anyway, we're kind of coming across one of our first gullies now. Look at this place. It is the kind of place you'd imagine like a T-Rex to come out of. Amazing. Can you see anything? Utterly mind-blowing. I'm sorry if I just keep saying the same stuff over and over again, but it really is. Right, up this little jumble of rock. Sorry, I forgot to mention all the excitement. This is Skewgill here, by the way, and a bit later on, after the little down climb, we'll go across Greetergill. I can't stop looking at that. It's a real problem because I need to get on. And then in under a minute it all goes flat. It's incredible. Like I said last week, how different a place can look once the sunlight's gone, and how incredibly beautiful and dramatic it can be with a little patch of light. But yeah, it's gone now. It'll be back, I have faith. Okie dokie, just approaching the bad step now. Oh wow, look at Piers Gill. You know, you kind of, because you concentrate on the bad step and getting down it, you sort of forget this scenery. Let's get to the top of it, and then, like I said, once again, I'll stick you in my mouth and we'll get down it. So you kind of go down here and it gets a bit steeper there. So there you go. I don't know if that came out very well at all. It's very difficult to know where I'm pointing the camera, and yeah, I took that really slowly then, because I don't know if you noticed, it's really super polished. So all these bits here, like these dark areas, it's honestly, that's like marble. But there's so many nice pointy bits you can wedge your tread into if you've got hard sole boots. But actually it's all right. Loads of handholds, loads of footholds. You kind of, you concentrate on that and you forget about this. Just forget about that. It's all about that. Look at that. I'm just going to hang around here for a little bit, I think, because this is probably the best place to get a potential shot of Greeter Gill. This is Greeter Gill here, and Piers Gill and Lingmel there as well. So I mean, the light is around, as you can see. Just need a little bit here, and Bob's your uncle. If it doesn't happen in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to go, because it is quite chilly. Okay, I give up. 10 minutes, nothing's happened. It's still dark and rubbish. Right, watch it now. As soon as I move off, it'll all go amazing. It's just an amazing playground. Look at it. What an environment. It feels very much like Scotland now, just this particular area. I guess we are right in the heart of the now extinct supervolcano. So later on today, after Scafell Pike, after Broad Crag, if you can bother going up that way, we're going to be cutting across up there. Look, I don't know if you can see it, along the boulder field of lamentation. And another thing we can see from this point here is Derwentwater, Skidder, Blencathra and Great Gable. My goodness. So in that previous video, like one of the first ones on the channel ever, I actually carried on up here, up the scree on that col between Broad Crag and Scafell Pike. But today, as you know, because you've seen the map already, we're going to go on to Lingmel first, which is actually much easier. That was a horrible pull up the scree there. So this is it, it's decision point here. That way, Scree Hill, this way, Lingmel. Hey, it rhymes. Look at this little townlet here. The shot potential there is astronomical because, you know, you get the right angle. Let's see if we can find it. And you could get Great Gable reflected. That could work. That will work on the right conditions. It's a bit choppy today and obviously there's no light. But that could be quite a nice shot. It's like the townlet of dreams, isn't it? I mean, you could even get a nice shot, reflected shot of Lingmel as well. All in the same shot, you know. I'm starving. I'm so hungry. I don't know if I can make it up Lingmel. Alrighty, here it is. This is the very top of Pearsgill. Very unassuming, isn't it? Looks a little bit rubbish. Not that exciting, but I'll spin you around. First of all, let's have a look up here. It's up towards Scafell Pike. And we'll continue on that path in a minute, cut across and up towards Lingmel. But check it out. Again, looks rubbish in this camera. What we'll do is we'll go over here, look. No walk along the corridor route is complete without popping down here and having a proper look into Pearsgill. Oh, am I going to miss it? There we go, we'll go no further because you keep going, you keep dropping down and that's more height to gain, but it's quite spectacular, isn't it? And as I mentioned in that last video, the previous one, you know, the previous Scafell Pike one, this is like our little mini Grand Canyon, and it is mini, but it still feels very big when you're here. Did you clock the jets, by the way? I don't know if it exposed properly and it looked tiny on here, but they were right there. I think it might have been F15, not too sure. I was too busy worrying about my footing. But wasn't that nice, that little bit of pathage coming down here? You know, just popping over the crest of these rocks and seeing the rest of the gill. Oh, God. Hot flash. Anyway, very dangerous place. I mean, it's, you know, I've kind of toyed with the idea of going down, have a little bit of a rummage, but you can go wrong. But I might do one day. I mean, it looks all right there. Look, you can pop down and just get down to the water and have a look further down, but that's about as much as I'd like to do, probably. Anyway, I thought I'd just show it to you. Like I said, no walk to Scafell Pike along the corridor route is complete unless you come and have a look at this. But now, let's go and hit the first Wainwright of the day, Lingmel. There's a gully that comes down. In fact, I can kind of see it there. And you look straight down into Pearsgill. It is terrifying and exhilarating and amazing at the same time. So we'll go and have a look at that. Come on. Alright, so rejoining the path we were on a minute ago, and we'll get another final look down into Pearsgill from the top here. Look at that, my goodness. Alright, welcome to Lingmel Col. The col between Lingmel, there, and Scafell Pike. Whew, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? Ilgill Head, Winrig, lovely Scafell there, Scafell Pike. And we can see the tourist track coming up from Wasdale as well. So, yeah, we're about to be on the bit that everybody goes on. Well, not quite. We need to get up here first, and it's about to get very bright. How's that? Oh, what a lovely day. If it's sheltered up there, I might have something to eat, because I am flagging a bit. I don't know if I've got anything left to get up there, so we'll see. Alright, here we are on the first summit of the day, Lingmel. Let's get up there and have a look around and look down that gully. It is absolutely mind-blowing. Check this out. It's terrifying. You have to walk right past it. It's not coming out in the camera, but that is the express route down to Pearsgill. Look at that. What a landscape. I'm kind of thinking at this moment in time, butties, because I'm out of the wind, so I might just perch around here somewhere. Such a fantastic fell. And, you know, what you could do is, there are various ledges around here you can drop down. It doesn't look like it. Let's go and have a look. It doesn't look like you can get on them, but you can. For example, that one there. You could very, very easily drop onto that. Cheers. Okay, mosh bar time. But while I eat this, let me show you what you can see from the summit of Lingmel. It's pretty spectacular. And then when we get onto Scafell Pike, I'll show you what we can see from t'other side. Let's have a look. Not bad. And like I said, I'll show you on the other side when we're over there, but I'm not going to dawdle because flipping heck, it feels like winter's come back. My hands are about to drop off. I couldn't bother to put my gloves on. You end up eating them when you're eating sandwiches. But yes, full belly, you can probably tell. And once again, I do apologise if there's, remnants around my face. Anyway, let's get over to, back down to Lingmail Col, up to Scafell Pike, get some heat generated, because flipping heck, like I said, it is absolutely Baltic up here. And then, hopefully by then, be nice and warm. Hopefully not throwing up my sandwiches. Anyway, let's go. Absolutely incredible and terrifying at the same time. Get a little bit closer. Not too close, mind you, cause eek. Look at Scafell. Incredible. So you can kind of see where Lord's Rake is there, and then it splits off to the West Wall Traverse. Okay, starting to overheat already. I knew this would happen. Okay, already I'm regretting leaving the coat on. I'm absolutely baking. The sun wasn't out a minute ago. It was cold, it was windy, and now it feels like I'm in the tropics. So I'm going to strip off here because it is going to get hot going up there. I don't need the coat on. Abracadabra. Sun's gone in. Coat off, sun in, honestly. Right, it's okay because I'm going to get hot now. Today's Monday, by the way. Just thought I'd point that one out to you. It's really busy, surprisingly busy, considering it's a Monday. I can see a snake of traffic going up there. Wow, that's incredible. Alrighty, on to the main tourist track now. And it's just a case of head down and get up. It's a little bit of a slog, a bit boring. Trudgy. It's a bit of a trudge. Okay, there we go. First glimpse. Alright, here we are on the summit of Scafell Pike, along with half the population of England. Wow. Camera. There we go. So last time, I think, in the last Scafell video, the quickest way up, popped over to that bit there, but I don't know if I'm going to be bothered today. It is just a mishmash of boulders around it, it's horrible. So I'll tell you what, let's get over here onto this bit of grass and I'll show you what we can see from this side. Let's get over here. Oh, that's better. Nice bit of grass and not much wind and no people. I sound awful, don't I? Like I'm really antisocial, but well, I suppose I am. Oh, come on in. Oh, that is so cute. Come on. That's quite chilled out. Ooh. See, that's how you break your legs. You don't need to do that. Just going to go over here a little bit. Yeah, so now we're getting a view of pretty much all of Eskdale. So definitely worth coming over here. It's a sort of similar view to up on the top there, you know, the place where I went last time. And that's Crag there. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll spin around, I'll show you what you can see from this side, because it's looking pretty gorgeous, isn't it? I think equally as impressive this side as it is on the other side. I just love Eskdale, and of course we can kind of get glimpses of the Duddon Valley over there as well from last week's video. We're well above Hartefell here. Just love this place. Honestly, it's, well, you do as well, so you know, in good company. Okay, so I think what I'll do now is get on. I don't think I'm going to go up to Broad Crag, so what I'll do is I'll skirt along the edge of it, down, back up, and then down across several boulder fields of Lamentation over towards Great End. I'm not going to go and have a look at Crag. I think if the conditions had been a little less kind of full-on sun and hazy, so they've been a bit more like they were this morning, little patches, I think I might have gone across there, but I sod it. Honestly, Great Gable's just been a bit of a star of the show today, to be honest with you. It normally is, thinking about it. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's get over to Broad Crag, or just beneath it. So you might be wondering why, you know, I didn't hang around on the top of England's highest mountain, and yet I was on Lingmel for ages, and I probably will hang around on Great End for a while as well. And it's simply because the summit itself of Scafell Pike is pretty boring. It's just a big dome shape. You can't actually see anything. It's from round these lower sections here that it's much more interesting. And you'll see as we go down, we get a fantastic view of Lingmel. Isn't that just an incredible view? Just stop and marvel at it for a few seconds. Okay, in no time at all, we get to the col betwixt Scafell Pike and Broad Crag. And yeah, we're losing that view now because Great Gable's just sliding out of view, look. So I think for people who come this way to Scafell Pike, when they get to here, and you see this soul-crushing view. It's, yeah, it crushes one's soul. Boulderfield, one of them, just a minor one, this one. Okay, only one more up to do, and that's over there at Great End, and then I'm gonna plonk myself down for a bit. Alright, here we are on the third and final Wainwright of the day, and indeed the entire season. Great End. Somewhere around here. There's a tiny, tiny little ring contour on the map, and that is the very tip top. It's quite difficult to tell because everywhere else looks like it's sort of... That definitely looks like it's higher, but I don't think it is. It's quite sad, isn't it? The Great End. Here we go. Yeah, it's higher. It is now. So I'm going to have a little wander over there and look down onto Sprinkling Tarn and everything else beyond, because it is a very nice view. And like I said, hook back around to the other side there. Shouldn't that first, really, shouldn't I? Never mind. Anyway, yes, that's it. That is the last Wainwright in season 4. The Southern Fells, and yeah, what a belter. It's a good one to finish on. So I'm walking right towards one of the gullies here. Should be coming out right at the very top of it. Yeah, here we go. And we'll see this from the bottom when we get down to Ruddy Gill. I start heading down that way. We'll be able to look back up this gully. You know, I've been here so many times and even done videos here, and that never ever gets boring or dull or anything. So yeah, you can see the path there, look, that's the one we'll be on later on. Okay, so we've got Stye Head down there, and just coming into view now is Sprinkling Tarn. Let's just drop down to these rocks here and get a better view. I'm tempted, you know, just to sit here for a bit and sack off the other side, you know, towards the Lingmel side, because that'll be in the wind. Look at that. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I will just sit here for a bit and maybe having a bit of shut eye, you know, just tuck behind one of these rocks, get out the wind and have a bit of a kip because I'm goosed. And then just wake up to that incredible view there. Instead of going over the other side, if you've already seen those videos and you know what it looks like, if not, here's a photograph on the screen right now of the view from Great End looking back towards Lingmel. It's a beautiful environment. I'm just being very, very lazy. The thing is, I don't want to fall asleep and just slide off the hill. I've been here about 20 minutes now, just sat there enjoying that view, watching the clouds just zipping across the valley and across Seathwaite Fell. Really mesmerising, actually. Very, very nice indeed. I think it's time to head back down to the valley, so make my way down to Escores, and then from there drop down to, like I said, Ruddy Gill, back into the valley and pub. getting onto that other path now. Look, so that joins in from S4-Ep15. And yeah, look at it. Look at the light there. Woohoo! All right, I've just realised that this microphone wasn't switched on. So when I changed the battery on the camera, I forgot to check the mic was running. So I have no idea what you've heard since the top of Great End. No idea. This is what happens. This is what happens when you get tired. I've just been racking my brain, you know, for the last hour or so, thinking, why do I feel so tired today? You know, am I getting old? Can I not do this sort of stuff anymore? This is no different from what I normally do. And it dawned on me that actually I only had 3 hours kip last night. So 3 hours sleep, yes, it's not going to bode well on a walk like this. So that's why I feel so tired, and that's why I think I've been off my game a little bit today, like making mistakes with the microphone. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. This is that nice section. And as we walk along it, let me know if you are still here, if you're, you know, clinging on for dear life and still watching the video. You are the tail end Charlies. There's not many of you left, I'm sure. And while you're at it, let me know you're here, and also let me know which of these episodes, which of these walks you've enjoyed the most. I mean, there's been 15 videos, so let me know which one floats your boat the most in terms of route and just video and whatever else, you know. That'll be interesting. Can you hear me? Kill me now, honestly. Such an idiot. I don't even know how I get through life sometimes. Anyway, so we're not far off the bit where we drop down to Ruddy Gill. Here, you can kind of see it branching off. And once we're on that, we'll be able to look back up the gully. So I'll start up there, look, on that bit. Sorry. That's the last thing I'm going to be hearing is grunting and groaning. Okay, Ruddy Gill. Whoa! That was close. Okay, let's have a quick look up. And yeah, you can see up the gully. I don't know if you can see it on this camera, but you can see it running up there, look. And I was sat up there a minute ago looking down at sprinkling. Lovely. And you know, this is a lovely section of path as well. It gets a little bit laborious after a while, but this top section is visually stunning. Nice, isn't it? There's little rowan trees here, one there, one there. So from this point we can almost see the van. Almost. It's just around that corner to the left, slightly out of view. So yeah, this, I'll tell you now, is a bit of a trudge. If you've not done it, prepare yourselves. If you've done it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It just kind of goes on and on and on. But yeah, head down, just crack on and get it done. And before you know it, sat in a pub, quaffing a pint. Look at that. Oh, isn't that lovely? The colour of that water, wow. Lovely, isn't it? Just such a beautiful, peaceful little section of the Lake District here. Still reeling from the microphone debacle. I can't believe that. I'm still trying to think, what did I miss? Oh dear. Lovely. Have you noticed the valley's not getting any closer? It just takes so long to get down here. So long. Okay, first glimpse of Seathwaite and the Vane. If you've got good eyes, you'll be able to see it. It's all the way down there where the sunlight is. So, let's have a think. Half an hour, perhaps? Right. Just around this corner. Very cute little bridge. Cheers. Ta. That's very cute. That's where we went this morning, up that cleft there, look. And in a minute we should be able to see Taylor Force. That feels literally like 3 weeks ago. Whew, I bet it does for you as well. Soz. So that is it. Almost at the end of the walk, this journey, and also the season. Don't go just yet because obviously we have the pub to go to. Anyway, what I'll do in true traditional style, there's Taylor Force by the way, is I'll put the stats on the screen here so you can see how many Wainwrights have done in this one, and altogether how many miles and elevation in this one and altogether so far across the 4 seasons. Thank you so much for watching. Honestly, it means the world to me that you enjoy the videos. I'll see you back out on the next season, which I think is probably going to be, I don't know when it's going to be. I'm going to have a little bit of a break and do some of the bits and pieces that I'm pretty sure you guys will enjoy anyway. So that's about it. So it's always a bit sad. I'll see you back out in season 5, the Northern Fells. In the meantime, let's go for that final pint. Flippin' heck, I'm gagging.